Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Chesty Puller here. This is the Blood Magic event. This is the Commander set, and I'm doing this with a low level base with very low level units. um, he has a Lilith, but he has no workshop, and well, actually, I think he has the Bronze Workshop on there, and then it's just level 1. And but I tested it earlier, and he had no workshop on there. So he's been working to get that one workshop, I think. Um, but it worked fine. Zero damage, or I mean, instant repair, even with no workshop. Level 1 Lilith. So we're gonna go ahead and do a run and take a video of it, and we should be able to do the level 1 and the level 2 base. I did the level 2 base for him earlier, and I have not done a level 1 base, but we're going to do that on this video right here so that you can see that the whole event can be done by low level players. Having the Lilith is a big advantage, though. Um, if you do not have the Lilith, um, the first time I did this with Richard on my account. My Richard is level 20, I think. Um, and I was able to do this with free repair with Richard. But keep in mind that you can end attack on this first base. So if you start to see that you're taking too much damage, you don't lose your progress, just end attack. But if you have the Lilith, there is no reason to end attack. Lilith is high altitude, and Lilith takes very little damage. I would be interested. I should have ended attack to see, how many seconds of damage Lilith has. But it's always been free repair on my base. My Lilith is level 10. When I started the event today, she was level 1 because my hangar was busy. And I thought, it's a big bonus to have the ability to shoot air. So I ended my Prometheus upgrade and put mine to level 10. Now I don't even think that purple cloud can hurt Lilith because she's high altitude. So I really don't think that the purple cloud can hit her. But it might be able to. But she was sitting right in that purple cloud, and it didn't seem to bother her. Um, guys, this is going to be a one of those units that is top of the line. Lilith is top of the line. And I have to say, when I first built her, I was not impressed because of how slow she was. But when I realized that she was high altitude, because at first I didn't realize that, I thought she was just a regular aircraft. But when I realized she was high altitude, I realized we haven't had a high altitude unit in a while. And we've never had a unit that can take these kind of hits. Um, I mean, the the Sir Richard can take quite a beating, but not like this. And also, neither can Albert Ross. They're all amazing units, and when we finally get to do a skirmish with Lilith and Albert Ross and Richard, that is going to be a very good skirmish um, because these units are really top of the line. So now his Albert Ross does not shoot air. It's not level 20. It's only a level 10. So and this purple cloud does hurt Albert Ross. That I know for a fact. So one of the things you might want to do is kill the tanks so that there can't be any purple cloud before you release Albert Ross. It would just slow you down a little bit because those tanks die pretty quickly with Lilith. And if there ever is anything left over, some floater or something, you'll have to bring in a Lionheart or a Richard or something like that. Yeah, there's a couple of floaters there. So we'll retreat here and bring in Richard. I don't think he has any Lionhearts built. As I said, this is a true low-level base, okay? A low-level player doing the commander set with no problem. Instant repair. So you guys will be impressed what a level 1 Lilith can do in the number 2 commander set. It is pretty impressive. Come on, Richard, let's go. Clean up on aisle 6. And Sir Richard is just saying to this level 1 base here, have a seat. You're done. Okay, so that's the level 1 base, and we'll go over and do the level 2 base real quick. And okay, here we go. So on this one, of course, Lilith cannot shoot any air. So what you have to do is come in here and try to take out all of the mechanized infantry. And really just ignore the turrets that are shooting you. This turret right here with the blue defensive thing on it, it would just take too long to kill it because you can't shoot air. Therefore, you can't shoot the blue defensive turret, and therefore it would just take too long. You don't have enough time to kill the turrets, and it's not necessary. You'll see here with a level 1 Lilith, she can just sit here and get shot and get shot and get shot and get shot, and it's a really good unit. But you want to be careful not to lose these purple mechanized infantry. You don't really have to worry about the small foot soldiers, the purple foot soldiers, because they they do shoot air. They will shoot Albert Ross, but they don't cause the kind of damage that these blue or these purple they kind of look like Hyperions. I don't know what they are. I just call them mechanized infantry. You can tell the ones I'm talking about are the wider, like beefier looking, the ones that don't look like soldiers, the ones that look like mechanized infantry. Those ones have a missile that never misses. It's a slow missile, but it causes a lot of damage, and you don't want your Albert Ross getting shot with that. So that's why you're coming in here and clearing out all of the purple mechanized infantry. And so what I found is that they like to hide under turrets so that you can't find them. So maybe just keep a count of how many there are and take them all out. Take all those mechanized infantry out and start on the bottom left part of the base like I did to mitigate your damage, because what's going to happen is up in the top and on the right hand side of the base there's a lot of hunter missiles, and they just never stop firing. Um, and so the other thing that I'm taking out, I don't know what's in the bunkers. There's two bunkers here. So right now I'm not being shot by anything. I did take out a few of the turrets that didn't have a, a protective turret or a floater protecting it, you know. So anything that's on the ground I can shoot. So I just took out those two or three turrets right there to try and mitigate my damage a little bit, lessen my damage, and then I'm just 100% focusing on the mechanized infantry because they do shoot those uh, fire and forget missiles, and those missiles just keep following you. And I actually think that the longer the missile is in the air, the more damage it does. Because the further you go away, that thing will follow you like 2,000 um, range or something. There's no it will follow you until it hits you. So unless you get off of the map before it hits you, and in this case we can't because Lilith is way too slow, and so we're just going to continue to take fire from the Hunter missiles. There's three of them right there. And now, as I'm moving over to the right hand side, there's three more Hunter missiles that are shooting me. And imagine, we have never had a unit that could be hit repeatedly by Hunter missiles and still be instant repair. So this is a really amazing unit, plus the fact that it is high altitude, so only anti-aircraft turrets can hit it, and only specifically anti-air um, units can hit it, like Stingers, right? Or something along that lines. You get what I'm saying? Only dedicated anti-air units can hit Lilith. Anything that shoots air and ground cannot shoot Lilith. It has to be a dedicated unit. So um, as soon as these last mechanized infantry are dead, we will retreat Lilith and we'll bring um, Albert Ross in. And at that point, if there's any floaters left, we'll retreat Albert Ross and bring in Sir Richard. So this base is being done 100% air and just 3 units. And if you don't need Sir Richard, it's just 2 units. If there's any floaters that are left after Albert Ross, because none of these guys, neither the Lilith or the Albert Ross, shoot floaters. And if you get lucky, they'll hit the ground units and uh, and take out the air. But just in case, we've got Albert Ross there, and also we've got a couple of cannons if we need to. We've got some Cosmortars in case we need at the very end. Um, but you know, look at the time there, because this base is. I mean, it's not going to be a tight time limit at all. We still have like 7.5 minutes left. But to speed up the Albert Ross, I am deploying the Proteus. And the Proteus is going to allow Albert Ross to fly much more quickly. Um, and if the faster he moves, the better it is because he's going to take less damage. He's going to do more damage, and he's just going to take out more in a quicker time period. And like I always say, if you can get in and out of the base quickly, uh, it gives the base less time to do damage to your units. So we got lucky. We didn't need Sir Richard. We got everything, and it is instant repair on the map. You don't even have to go back to your base. So this is your event, guys. This is the event that you catch up. Now, I do have a. If you do not have the Lilith, I don't know what to do there. Sir Richard can do the level 1 base, and then the level 2 base is difficult without Lilith because of all those aggressive units coming out. It makes it nearly impossible to deploy ground. So I'll have to come up with a trick to figure that out. I'll be working on that. I'll be trying to figure out how it can be done, maybe with ground and another way around if you do not have Lilith yet, because this is the event to get Lilith, and you need her. So 1.4 million, I think, for 10 parts. So you'll need quite a bit of XP to get her, and then her tech is available here as well. For another about 3 million, you can get all of her tech. All right, guys. Hope it was helpful.